Welcome to segment number 4. This is our final video series for our Product Pro, and we're going to talk about closing the party out. So we're going to talk about the table close, and then we're going to talk about private consultations. So you've gone through skincare, you've gone through color, right? You've done referrals, you've done marketing, whatever. If you do little gifts, if you do tickets, right? Make the party yours. Have fun with it. Be creative. Add stuff to the flip chart. Tweak it. Make it your own. And then it comes down to, now what do we do? The party's over. Everybody takes their headbands out. They poof up their hair. And again, this is all be on the list that you're getting. I call it compliment time. So I tell them, look at the person sitting across the table from you and tell them one thing you love about her skin and one thing you love about her color. Because not only do we want to leave here tonight feeling great on the outside, we want to leave here feeling good on the inside too. On your market side, right? And then they look and they're like, oh my gosh, your skin's so smooth. You're not red anymore. And sometimes they don't know each other, like they're coworkers and friends and neighbors, and they're like, I don't know that lady. But sometimes it comes different from a stranger at the party than the Mary Kay lady being like, oh, you look fabulous, when they're thinking, right, you probably tell everybody that. So I love compliment time. Like, it just is so rewarding because you're like, oh my gosh, your face looks so pretty. I love that lipstick on you, or that color's amazing. And right, they just, other women, just loving on them, giving them words, those words, right, are just, oh gosh, it just feeds their soul. And I mean, I seriously have had women cry where like, they just are like, have never felt so pretty. Like nobody ever compliments them.
I've had one like that.
Oh my gosh, like I'm done. Like I'm ready to close up shop and leave. Like that is the nurse in me. That is my paycheck of the heart. Like I love to care for people, and just to see them feel so pretty, and just they smile more. They feel like they're excited to go home and see their husband or boyfriend and be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for him to see you, right? Like, and you're like, oh my gosh, we did that. Like that is the power of girlfriend time and just enriching women's lives and loving on them through skincare and color. Like that is giving hope. That is changing lives, just making them feel pretty inside and out. So I always do compliment time. And then I tell them, now there's always 2 questions everybody has. How much is it and when can you get it? As far as how much it is, I'm going to go over some collections and prices and things that you might want to go home with tonight. And as far as when can you get it, I brought some product with me. I'll have it when we sit down to do your private consultation. You can leave with your stuff tonight. Or if you don't have product to take with you, then just be like, I'll be ordering tonight or tomorrow, whenever after the party. I'll deliver it as soon as it gets in. So if you have product, especially skincare, maybe you don't want, especially come summertime when it's really hot in the summer or really cold in the winter. Sometimes it is hard to travel with product if you're going straight from like work to a party and you don't want to leave it in your car. You can't drag it into your place of employment. I mean, you don't want things to freeze or melt or whatever, right? So use your best judgment there. But if I can take skincare with me and like CC creams and makeup removers and that basic stuff I sell a lot of, then I can send her home with her skincare set that night and she can wash her face again, and they just love that. I may not have all the color and other stuff, but I usually try to travel with basics. So then I pass out their Hostess packets. I'll have their lookbook with a sales ticket. I use these same cello bags for recruiting packets, for Hostess packets. All that kind of stuff. So everybody gets one, because I'm assuming everybody's going to want to book with me, right? Like it's fun. Why wouldn't you want to have a second appointment? Or they're going to have a second appointment, but I want them to have friends. So everybody, I don't ever give out catalogs before the party starts, right? Because what happens is you lose control at the party and they start flipping and looking and they're not paying attention to you and they're seeing all the prices ahead of time. And so we just don't even go there. I don't want them to prejudge Mary Kay by thinking, oh my gosh, that's $18 or $20 or right? So we don't show anything. So that's when I'm like, as far as how much it is, when can I get it? Like, I've got product with me tonight and here's all your stuff. So pass around, everybody gets their lookbook and everybody gets their class collection sheet. Now, if you use the company's placemat, they do have a collection sheet on the back. As independent contractors, we can offer any kind of special or deal or discount that you want. We just don't want to give away the farm, right? We don't want to give away too much. But I go through the different sets. So I will send this. It has been updated. We will be having a price change coming up in May. So I'll have to redo this for you guys and then send it back out. But then I go through the different sets. All right, everybody, okay, so the first set is our time-wise, and it's that 4-piece set that we did tonight, and it actually counts as 2 sets. And then we have a microdermabrasion. Remember we tried that gritty scrub on your cheek or or you're going to get a sample to go home with. Our ideal set, right? I go through each and every pocket and talk about the products, and you maybe didn't do, like this one has the facial peel, be like, oh my gosh, I know we didn't do the facial peel, but at your second appointment, if you want to do like a spa night and do a spa experience, oh my gosh, they're the best. They're like, right, like 90-night facials, like everybody, we just do all the deep cleansing mask and microdermabrasion, and everybody just leaves pampered and ready for bed. It's like an hour. It's like the best party ever. People come in their jammy, right? So you can talk about the different kind of parties and things you could do at that second appointment. Some people want more glamour. Some people want more in-depth skincare. You can offer what you want. But I romance and talk about all the different products and sets. And I tell them too, if you don't see a set on here, like nothing is set, nothing is set in stone with me. Just create your own package of $50 or more. If you're like, I really need 2 mascaras and 2 lip glosses, and if it equals $50, we're good. You know what I mean? So you can always have it create your own. And then we talk about the different sets. So my ultimate set, ultimate beauty bag, includes 6 sets with the free Cadillac roll-up bag, which is a $35 value for $2.99. So I show off the bag, right? I pick it up, I romance it, I show how it folds and carries, and then how we unfold it. It's got a little hook. So whenever you travel, it'll, whether you're traveling to like a hotel or wherever, just hang it up on the little hook behind the door. If you have a tiny bathroom or dorm, get a little hook from Target or Walmart, hang it up. That way everything stays organized. The pockets are clear so you can see where everything is. They also Velcro off, so if you need to clean out your makeup drawer and keep it organized. You can keep your skincare in your pocket, a color in a pocket, have your extras down here. When you travel, you can throw in your razor and deodorant and hair products, and you just roll it up, throw it in the car, and away you go for the weekend. But I do love the fact that the pockets zip at the top so nothing ever comes spilling out. So I really romance the bag and how it just wipes clean with a wash rag, and right? So I'm like, this is everybody's girlfriend Cadillac travel bag. This is like a must-have if you ever leave your home, or if you have a tiny bathroom, and right, how do we get organized? Years ago, somebody had brought her boyfriend, and he was sitting in the other room watching TV, and he heard me closing out the party, and he's like, she's getting the bag. And I started laughing. I'm like, I think you're getting the bag. He's like, her vanity, she's got stuff all over the counter, and he's like, get her organized. I'm like, all right. I'm glad you brought him along. Like, he just bought you a bag. Like, that was awesome. So anyway, we just have fun with it. But I go through the different sets. So the ultimate gives them, 6 sets plus the Cadillac bag for $2.99. Depending on which 6 sets they choose, it's probably $425, $450-ish maybe. So they may save $100, $150 at the most. The Beauty Bag Plus gives them 4 sets for $199 plus the free bag, and that's probably $275-ish. So they may $250, $275. So they may save $50 or so. And then the basic bag gives them any 2 sets for $99. So what happens when people are given 3 options? Which one do you think they choose?
The
middle one, right? Well, I don't want the cheapest, but I don't want the most expensive. Somehow people gravitate towards that middle, because what's really nice is it gets them their time-wise set, right? Because it's 110, so that counts as 2. But then they can choose some color. They could get the CC cream and powder, right? They can choose some different sets and really leave like with a nice full face, a full great starter for their bag. So I find that really is the most popular. And then I tell them, we take cash, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, American Express, cash check, right, everything. Or we have what's called the HUP plan. And they're like, what? I'm like, HUP, the HUP plan. That's a husband unawareness plan. And you can do a little check, little cash, little charge, and he'll never know where all the money went. And then they laugh and they giggle, right? They think that's so funny. But I'm like, girls, like sometimes we got to be creative with our financing, right? Like if you need to put half on charge and half in check, and whatever you got to do is fine by me. I don't let them take product without paying. I do not order product with at least them putting half down. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're new and you're just starting and you're building your inventory and you're building your business. You can't have somebody say, oh, I want that $300, that $299 roll-up bag. I'll pay you when you bring it. Because then what happens? You invest your money or take out of your inventory, and then you never find her again. She never pays for it. Whatever happens, right? So I always tell them, like, if you need to pay half now and half when I deliver, we can do that too. So that's an option, because at least you're out nothing, right? I mean, you've got the half to order it with. And then, if she would somehow disappear into La La Land, win the lottery, and move away, at least you weren't out. It's on your shelf. You can sell it. you didn't lose any money, right? Okay, so
But she lost money.
right,
If
if she's gone and never comes to get it, then that's her fault. But that's kind of how I do my class collection sheet and go through it, really romancing it. And then I finish with what's called the closet close. And so I have them shut their eyes, and I tell them, okay, everybody close your eyes. And then some of them keep looking at me. I'm like, Tara, close your eyes. I said, close your eyes, girl. And so then they're like, okay. And they all sit there with their eyes closed around the table. And I'll tell them, like, now I want you to go into your closet, and I want you to pull out your most favorite outfit you love to wear. It makes you feel like $1,000,000. Like, you feel skinny, you look good, you get compliments, right? Like, whatever it is. Sometimes it could be like your just favorite comfy jeans and flannel shirt and boots, or maybe it was your wedding dress. You just felt amazing like a princess, like whatever that outfit is that just makes you feel amazing. I want you to lay it out on your bed. And then I want you to put everything that goes with it. The purse, the shoes, right? Handbag, belts, earrings, like sweater, whatever. Like everything that goes, accessories to make that outfit amazing. Lay it all on your bed. And now start getting a total in your head of how much all that costs, right? Like the boots, the jeans, right? Start adding it up. When you have a total in your head, open your eyes. So then eventually they all start kind of opening their eyes. And then I asked them, so everybody got a total, right? Okay, we got a total. So was your set maybe, or was your outfit maybe like around $99, right? Like the first set, the beauty bag, the basic, right? Because that's kind of like your basic. Was it maybe around like, oh yeah, well gosh, the boots alone were $100, or my jeans were $100, right? Sometimes, I mean, you'll have ladies who are like, oh, my whole outfit was $50. You're like, girl, where do you shop? I mean, like, I want a $50 outfit. I mean, so then you just laugh and have fun with it. But usually they're like, keep going. I'm like, okay. So, and then you add in like other sets like Microderm and, right? And so then we added more product and like, okay, so was it maybe like around the $199, right? Like we're talking the beauty bag plus. Yeah, that's probably around, $150, like how much was your outfit? Oh, $175, and oh, mine was $200. Oh, you're right on the money, right? Like, and then some are like, keep going, and then we add in all the products, like, was it maybe like all these, like the ultimate collection? Was it $299? And some are like, yes, and some are like more, and my purse alone, I found it, but it was $150, so it's just fun to see how much their favorite outfit was, how much it cost. And then I'm like, okay, well, Christy, tell me, how much is your favorite outfit? How much for your whole outfit? What was your price? Just make up a number.
I'm going to say $150.
$150, awesome. How many times did you wear that last week?
You mean last year?
Last year. You wore it once last year. That's awesome. Tara, how many times did you wear your favorite outfit last week?
Probably just once.
Well, just once, okay. And then I go around the room and do that. And then they're like, oh, well, I haven't worn it in like 5 years. It was my wedding dress or whatever, and I'm like, well, girl, Tara, how many times did you wear your face last week? Oh, and then they're like, oh. And I'm like, but, I mean, then I'm like, we love cute shoes and handbags and jeans and things that make us feel amazing. But when we make an investment in all that stuff, if you still have that same outfit in 5 or 10 years, we probably need to talk. Because it probably does not look as cute, probably doesn't fit like it's supposed to, it's maybe a little out of style, but you're still going to have your same face. So learning to make an investment in good skincare, you're going to have that same face for the rest of your life, and most people aren't probably going to pay for plastic surgery or specialty treatments or, getting Botox monthly or quarterly or whatever. I don't even know how often you have to do it, but you know what I mean? So that's when they're like, oh, so that little closet clothes imagery, because then when you're like, well, girl, how many times did you wear it last week? Well, I didn't. Did you wear it last month? I did wear it one time last month. Awesome. How many times did you wear your face? Oh, every day. Yeah, every day. Wear your face every day. So maybe spending $99 on skincare that's going to last you for months isn't such a bad investment after all, right? So that's where you start adding in your skincare. And so then I tell them about their Hostess packet and what's in it for them. And so I can romance that. And here's where you have some options for your Hostess stuff. In Mary Kay on section 2, you can get the Hostess brochures. It talks about Mary Kay's original plan. There's a 75 for 35, and then it says, or whatever my consultant's option or offering. So that's pretty generic. Some people do, and I'll send these out on the link, the 100 free when you party with me, where they can earn up to $100. So it's very self-explanatory. I will say when you're brand new, don't give away the farm. This $100 option, maybe when you're brand new and starting your business, you're like, oh my gosh, I could not give away $100 worth of product. Probably not. If you don't have a full store, if you haven't invested in inventory yet, probably not the best one, but it is an option. Most hostesses usually get $60 to $80 in free product. So really, if she earns $60, that's $30 your cost. But she had to work to get that product. So you had the sales, you had the bookings, you had the people there. So you can look it over. If you think you can handle it, great. The other one that is super crazy popular, that Catherine King started last year, was this 80 for 40 hostess special, where, and it's all on here on how it works, but you can pass this out. It can be in your hostess packet if you want to use the 80 for 40, because then as long as they spend $80 or more at the party, then they get $40 off. Okay, so she can get $80 worth of product for $40. And then when she has her second appointment with friends, and it says, they have to have 3 friends, 18 and older, new, doesn't have a consultant with at least 200 in sales, then she's going to get the rest of these things. If you never see her, so what they do, so you take $40 off her bill. Maybe she orders the $99 package, right? So she spent over $80. She would get $40 off her ticket. So just take 40 from the 99. So she's going to pay $59 plus the taxes and stuff. And then if you have her credit card number, or she writes you another check, because what happens again if she wins the lottery? She wins a trip to Hawaii and you never see her again. She has to know that when her party's coming up, in 2 weeks on the next Friday night or whatever, if for some reason she doesn't hold it, I just tell them, if for some reason you win the lottery and you don't want to have your party and you move away, then I'll just cash that check. Okay? But if you keep it, then you're going to get the $40 off. So that is they get hostess credit before they have their party. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Which is kind of cool, because people really love that 80 for 40, because they're like, gosh, if I could get 40 free now and then have a party with friends and still get all this other free stuff on top of it, like, that's pretty cool. So again, we're all independent contractors. You can offer any kind of hostess stuff you want. You just have to find one that you love and run with it. If it excites you, it'll probably excite them, because you'll be excited to promote it. Be like, oh my gosh, girl, I've got the best hostess plan, right? Mm-hmm. And there's things you can do, promoting. Catherine does too, like giving them as a hostess special, like the 2 bookings and stuff she gives away. She uses this Invigorate brush, right? Like, that's a great gift people want to earn for free. So lots of great options for the party. So romance the hostess special. Let them know what's in it for the hostess tonight. Oh my gosh, Tara, if you book a party off Susie Q, she'll get blah, 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 blah. Let them know what's in it for the hostess too. So after you've kind of gone over the hostess plan, their sheets, then I'm like, okay, Susie, you were such a great hostess tonight. She's got more food in the kitchen and the drinks, and I'm gonna, like, we're done here. I'm gonna go meet in the other room. If you see somebody's like watching her watch, or she's been checking her phone and her husband's been texting her, and you're like, oh my gosh, he's like lit up her phone like 20 times, like she probably needs to scoot first. I'll just be like, Clarita, I know you need to scoot. Why don't you just grab your profile card and lookbook, and I'll meet you in the other room, and we'll start with you first. If nobody volunteers, then I'll just be like, Christy, you're coming with me. Let's go. So then do private consultations. And I do tell them, I love this line. There's 2 things we chat about in private: B&B, blemishes and budgets. Right? And I just tell them, sometimes people don't want to discuss finances in front of friends and family and neighbor friends, and right, and her mother-in-law is there, and right, we'll discuss all that stuff away from the table. That's why we do private consultations. I've been in small apartments, small studios, like there's no other room to go to do a private consultation, to have a couch or chairs or a bar or wherever. Then I just you want to get eye level with people. So literally I'm in my skirt and hose, and I just get down on my knees, and I'll be like, oh, Susie, did you have a good time? Right? And I just go person by person and do my private consultations and get down and meet with her one-on-one. Okay? And all of that's in here. And then we go through the private consultation, and that is just where you'll have your money bag, your product, your calculator, daybook, everything set up. And so when that first person comes in, then you can just sit down and ask her the questions. Did you have a good time? How does your face feel? Do you have some questions? Because sometimes they didn't want to ask. They didn't know people. They felt uncomfortable. They were like, oh my gosh, I've been breaking out. What should I use? Like, sometimes they just want to chat things over with you. So that's why we get away from the table if we can. And then look at her ticket, see if she wrote anything that she wants. Sometimes I tell them, I'm like, I know sometimes what our heart says and what our pocketbook says are completely different. Like, what's a good collection? What are you thinking I'm going home with tonight? And then she's kind of hem-hawing between skincare versus color versus, I'm always going to refer people to skincare and be like, why don't we just start with skincare tonight? So when we get together for your 202 in a couple weeks, then you'll have a chance to be on the product. We can see how your skin's doing with it. And then we can use your hostess credit to get color, spa stuff, and all that extra. Oh, that's a good idea, right? If you share it with some friends and free, then you'll get, the hostess credit to use that. So write her up a ticket. If you have product, there you go. Give it to her. If not, tell her you'll be delivering in a few days. And then just review again. If she has questions about your hostess plan, go over them with her. And then just schedule time for 202. I just have my date book open in my lap, and I'm just like, so when do you want to get together for your second appointment for that 202? Well, gosh, I'm usually free on Tuesdays. Could you do a Tuesday? Or, I'll give them options. Beginning of the week, end of the week. 7:30. Always give options. And then I'm like, do you want to, I've got your guest list right here on the back of your profile card. Do you want to have friends or no friends? Do it alone. It's up to them. I'm never going to make them feel like they have to have friends, but hopefully with all the incentives we're offering, they're going to want to have friends. So then she's got her hostess packet. There you go. You say, I'll call you in a couple days. We'll firm up your guest list, get everything put together. If she's somebody sharp, she's asking questions, set up a career chat with her, and then you're done. Send her out. She goes home. Send in the next person. Go through everybody till they're all checked out, and then settle up with the hostess at the end. Okay?
Okay.
So there you go. But does this make sense? Private consultations, when people tell me, gosh, I haven't been getting a lot of bookings or sales, and sometimes they're just like standing around letting people kind of maybe write on the ticket, or they're not closing them. They're not having a conversation to check them out. And sometimes people are like, this was great, thank you, but I'm not interested. I'm like, no problem. Here's my book, my number's on the back. If you ever need a Mary Kay lady in the future, you know where to find me, right? I mean, there's no pressure. People are going to buy what they can afford, and if they can't afford it, they can be a hostess and get free product and get their stuff that way, or they may say no altogether, and that is fine. We just love them for where they are and hope she had a really great experience. I just always pray before I go into a party, Lord, let them like me and let us have fun. The rest is going to fall into place. The product's number one. It sells itself. You just have to be relaxed, have fun, make it enjoyable, and the rest will be perfect. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome.